Short, sweet, to the point. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ. 1 Thessalonians 5. Give thanks in every circumstance. I can think of a few where giving thanks might be seen as not only inappropriate, but a sign of mental instability. But here in the book of Thessalonians, there are no qualifiers, only a simple instruction. Give thanks. Do it in all circumstances. It follows with what would appear either an explanation or further instruction, or a reality check for the listener. And there are multiple reads here. We can read it as, give thanks for this tough moment you are in. God is willing it for you. I might ask, is coupling it with giving thanks necessary, or just a little encouragement for the sufferer? Is embodying thanksgiving a necessary component to get the full expression of the gift that will come out of the struggle? It's not clear. We might be encouraged to hear the words in this way. Give thanks. God's will is being revealed. God's will is something with which we necessarily struggle. We struggle to comprehend. We struggle to contend with the will beyond and above ours. And we struggle to sit comfortably with both lack of control and comprehension. We might want to say to God, I'll give thanks once I see the whole picture. I'll decide if what is laid out is something that will stir thanksgiving. But that's a sticking point. We won't see the whole. We cannot see the whole. And maybe that is why parallels are drawn between us and sheep. Not flattering, but there it is. I spent a lot of time watching sheep while in Norway. The bells around their necks rang incessantly across the fjord fields. There was no pause ringing because there was no pause to their grazing. Whether the sun shone or the frigid air had sent us scurrying for additional wool layers, the sheep chewed on. Ring, 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 all the day long, wandering and chewing without thought to anything but the moment. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice, and let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. From the book of Philippians. And there it is, again, rejoice. Again and again, rejoice. In all situations, with prayer and petition and thanksgiving, let your requests be known. Don't be anxious about anything. Not the diagnosis nor the dwindling account, not the slur of the neighbor nor the biting words of the beloved should cause a state of concern. And here we have it again, the nudge to do all things, even bringing up the very concerns that harry our hearts, do all things in a state of thanksgiving. But here's the thing with both verses. Each have a context for the statements that are at the center. The first inserts a powerful phrase we simply skip over. In Christ Jesus. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. The presence of a shepherd makes all the difference in Christ Jesus. God's will committed within not just a context, but a person. In Jesus, the one who never leaves, never forsakes. God's will accomplished in the one who can see the whole. And in the second set of verses from Philippians, here is the phrase our spirit skipped over. The Lord is near. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice, the Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests. And here we are reminded of the state of things. We're not sheep grazing at the razor-thin edge of a cliff. We're the beloved, watched over by a shepherd who will not flinch in the presence of darkness. The Lord is my chosen portion and my cup. You hold my lot. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. I keep the Lord always before me because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad and my soul rejoices. You show me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. In your right hand are pleasures forevermore. From the Psalms. How different this is from the wisdom of the ages. General and historian Thucydides. The secret to happiness is freedom. And the secret to freedom is courage. The bravest are surely those who have the clearest vision of what is before them, glory and danger alike, and yet notwithstanding go out to meet it. They stood where they stood by the power of the sword. End quote. We aren't brave or vainglorious, but stand we can. As the psalmist says, all we like sheep. We do not see with clearest vision. We stand where we stand not by the power of the sword and the might we wield, but by the power of love and grace, which brings us to gratitude. God's presence among us and in us and for us forever.